I know you have found something. A sense of peace. Okay, now you are going too far now.
In Tommy Boy, when Tommy asks David Spade's character if his shirt makes him look fat, Spade replies with a line that wasn't in the script at all.
I'm ready. Hey, does this suit make me look fat?
No. Your face does. Okay.
In Blood and Black Lace, after drowning Toei, the killer tries to pull the towel from her waist, but it gets tangled in her legs, so he gives up, and this unscripted moment stayed in the film. In Thor: The Dark World, there's a funny moment when Thor casually hangs his hammer on a coat rack, a bit that was first improvised as a joke, but the filmmakers loved it and left it in the film.
The whole world is going crazy. All the stuff we saw is spreading.
In Thunderball, during the parade chase, a stray dog wandered into the scene and peed. Rather than reshooting, the director chose to leave the unexpected moment in the film. In American Pie, Finch's scooter breaking down outside the hot dog shop wasn't planned, but it was so funny that the directors decided to leave it in.
Destiny waits.
In Fight Club, a space monkey struggles to catch a beer and finally grabs it after several tries. He almost smiles, and that take ended up in the movie. In No Country for Old Men, during the coin toss scene, Javier Bardem nearly choked on a peanut when the gas station owner mentioned his wife's father originally owned the place.
You lived here all your life? This is my wife's father's place, originally.
The take was kept because it looked like Chigurh was physically shocked by the idea of not building a business from scratch.
You lived here all your life? This is my wife's father's place, originally.
In Raising Cain, a 4-minute uncut tracking shot follows the actors walking from a balcony to a basement. You can see Frances Stern Hagen take 2 wrong turns, but her fellow actors correct her each time. She walked straight instead of turning with the others, a blooper they kept because she was struggling to remember both the monologue and the path directions at once. In Animal House, when Bluto sneaks around campus at night, slips, rolls, and gets back up, it was a genuine slip by John Belushi on the wet grass. Director John Landis loved it and kept the take because it perfectly matched Bluto's character. In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the scene where the Grinch directs his dog Max was Jim Carrey playfully imitating director Ron Howard's style. Howard found it so funny that he decided to keep it in the movie.
Brilliant! You reject your own nose because it represents the glitter of commercialism.
While not technically a blooper, it perfectly captures the film's spontaneous humor. In Apollo 13, during the scene with Jim and Marilyn driving, Tom Hanks accidentally stalled the car, muttered to himself,
"It's the second time it's done that,"
and then restarted the engine, saving the take. In Black Widow, the scene where Red Guardian gets stuck in his suit was actually real. The director used an extremely tight costume to make the moment look more realistic, and they kept that take in the final film.
It still fits.
In Doctor Strange, the scene where Christine is scared by a falling mop after seeing all of Doctor Strange's new magic wasn't planned. Rachel McAdams was only supposed to walk out of frame looking dumbfounded, but the mop just happened to fall and scare her. In The Graduate, Ben grabbing Mrs. Robinson's breast during their first encounter was unscripted. Dustin Hoffman then walked to the back of the room and started banging his head against the wall because he couldn't stop laughing. In the movie The Master, during the jail cell scene, Joaquin Phoenix accidentally broke a real toilet. His actions were completely improvised, and since the building was historically significant, the toilet was considered a valuable artifact. Joaquin didn't intend to break it and didn't think it was possible. In Jurassic Park, there's a scene where Lex Murphy is eating Jell-O and suddenly stops because she sees a raptor. She was actually supposed to say something, but Ariana Richards forgot her line. Director Steven Spielberg thought her expression was so perfect that he kept it in the film. In Cabaret, during the scene where Brian conducts Natalia's English lessons with Sally and Fritz watching, Brian passes Sally a plate of cake, but it slips and lands on her chest. Michael York said the cake was meant to stay on the plate, but Sally's reaction was so funny they decided to keep it in the film.
Thank you so much.
In Dirty Dancing, the fun scene where Baby and Johnny lip-sync to Love is Strange wasn't planned at all. It actually began as a warm-up between Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze, just to loosen up. But the director quietly started rolling the camera, and since the actors stayed in character, it turned into one of the movie's most unforgettable moments, completely by accident.
We walk in the garden of his turbulence. Yeah!
In A Knight's Tale, when Will wins his first sword match, the crowd is awkwardly silent until Roland steps in and gets them cheering. This wasn't scripted. The extras, who were mostly from the Czech Republic, didn't speak English and didn't realize they were supposed to react after Chaucer's big speech. In Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman was hilariously interrupted by a goat during a serious scene on set. The unexpected moment had everyone laughing, but it didn't make it into the final cut of the film.
I know you have found something. A sense of peace. Okay, now you are going too far now.
In the 1965 film Dr. Zhivago, there's a tense scene where Lara slaps Komorowski, only for him to suddenly slap her back with his glove. That reaction wasn't in the script. Actor Rod Steiger, who played Komorowski, improvised it, later saying, "Nobody slaps Komorowski and gets away with it." In Pet Sematary, actor Dale Midkiff, who played Louis Creed, accidentally slammed his face on the corner of an end table after a dream sequence, coming dangerously close to injuring his eye. The painful moment was completely unscripted. In Airplane, there's a scene where a girl runs alongside a plane to say goodbye to her boyfriend and crashes into some airport towers. The towers weren't supposed to fall over, but the unexpected collapse got such a big laugh that the filmmakers decided to leave it in the final cut. In Mr. and Mrs. Smith, there's a funny moment where Brad Pitt was supposed to charge through a fence and fire at Angelina Jolie's car, but he accidentally tripped and stumbled through it instead. The cast found it hilarious, so they kept the scene and added the gunshot later in post-production. In Alien Resurrection, Sigourney Weaver actually made the behind-the-back basketball shot without looking. No camera tricks. The stunned reactions from the other actors are completely real, as no one expected her to nail it on the first try. In E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Elliot's mom, played by Dee Wallace, opens the fridge door and accidentally knocks E.T. onto his back, completely unaware he's right there. The fall wasn't planned. She was only supposed to open the door and block his view, but opened it too wide and toppled the puppet. The unexpected mishap was so funny that it stayed in the final film. In Blade Runner 2049, during the intense casino fight, Harrison Ford accidentally landed a real punch on Ryan Gosling's chin. The strobe lights threw off Ford's timing, causing him to misjudge Gosling's position. Their surprised reactions were so natural that the moment was left in the final cut. In Weird Science, Robert Downey Jr. plays a high school bully who, along with Robert Russler, dumps a red Slurpee on the main characters at the mall. While the Slurpee dump was scripted, the handshake between Ian and Max right after was completely improvised on the spot. In House of Flying Daggers, the climactic battle had already begun filming when unexpected snow started falling in Ukraine. Instead of stopping, the filmmakers kept shooting, turning the sudden snowfall into a striking visual that made the battle feel like it spanned from autumn into winter. In The Graduate, the iconic ending where Benjamin and Elaine run away together was originally supposed to show them laughing on the bus, but due to exhaustion and director Mike Nichols' pressure, Dustin Hoffman and Catherine Ross ended up looking increasingly tense and terrified instead. That unexpected mood perfectly captured the scene's true feeling and was kept in the film. In The Avengers, Robert Downey Jr.'s humor sparked a major change in the post-credits scene. Originally, Tony Stark was supposed to deliver a heartfelt speech after the Battle of New York, but Downey improvised a funny line about trying shawarma instead.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
The producers loved it so much that they created a whole new scene of the Avengers quietly eating shawarma together after the fight.